Hey guys, Joe Matthew here, and another one of these video things I'm doing. A lot of the questions I get are pretty similar. Like it seems like there's a definite thread in what guys want to know about, and one of the big things is body language. Because a question I get all the time is, "Hey Joe, how do I know if a woman's into me?" Well, body language is a big way to figure it out. Okay, so let's say we're looking at this girl, and she's into us. Now, how do we know she's into us? Well, one of the first things is the fact that her head's tilted. Okay? Seems kind of stupid, but it's true. When a girl kind of cocks her head to the side like that and looks at you, she's flirting with you. She's interested. If she's smiling, see she's got that big smile on her face right there, she's interested. You know, little things like a little smile or a flash of the teeth, or if she laughs at your joke or whatever, that's a good sign. Okay, that means that she's into you. If she looks at you with those puppy dog eyes like this girl's got right here, where she's like seducing the camera, all that good stuff. Okay, that kind of like downward gaze where like she kind of looks down and like looks over the bridge of her eyebrows at you. Okay, that's a seductive gaze. That means that she's thinking naughty thoughts. Okay, so little things like that can mean a lot. So be on the lookout for stuff like that. Okay, now we're going to go to this girl. As you can see, this girl also has her head tilted at an angle. That little cocked head to the side type thing. Okay, another smile, another kind of downward gaze type thing, which is good. But if you also notice, she's leaning forward. Okay, when a girl leans towards you, that means that she's interested. Always look at how a girl is orienting her body towards you. If she was leaning back, if she was like up against the wall, kind of with her arms crossed, okay, that would be bad, because that's pretty closed off body language. Because if she's leaning away from you, okay, that means that she's trying to get far away from you. If her arms are crossed, alright, that means that she's closed off. You don't want that. You want to make sure that her arms are open like they are here and that she's leaning towards you. That's a big deal. Okay, next up, let's say you're sitting next to a girl. Okay, as you can see, this girl is leaning in towards this guy. Obviously very interested. But another thing you might notice is that she's got her legs crossed. But they're not just crossed, they're crossed towards this guy. When a woman crosses her legs towards you, chances are that means that she's interested, because she's orienting her body. Even her breasts, if you look at this, they're pointed out towards this guy, okay? This girl is not being subtle with her flirting. It might be because this is the right guy, or she doesn't think she can do any better. But look at that huge grin on that face. My God, look at those chompers. She's showing him the mouth. She's showing him the breast. She's showing him the leg. She's leaning towards him, okay? In situations like this, a girl will often kind of play with her hair, maybe brush her hair to the side or whatever, touch her neck lightly, cock her head to the side like we saw in the other two pictures. Those things are dead giveaways, guys. Learn to look for them, alright? Okay. Next picture up, this is a little bit more about body orientation. As you can see, this woman, her body is pointing away towards Mr. Joe Schmo here, okay? Now, you can tell that she's noticing him because, well, she's looking at him, but this guy doesn't quite have her locked in quite yet, because her body is facing away. Away is bad, guys. You never want a girl facing away from you. Now, if she turns her body towards him, that's a sign of interest, okay? If she crosses her legs towards him, that's a sign of interest, okay? So when a girl kind of shifts her orientation towards you, you know that she's shifting her full attention towards you. Now, with this thing, this girl's giving off a little bit of mixed signals, because she seems like she's interested, but she's not fully committed yet. And you can tell that she's interested because they have pretty strong eye contact there. In fact, she's even playfully kind of bringing down her glasses and looking at this guy, and she's smiling at him. I gotta tell you guys, if a girl smiles at you, that's a go signal, okay? It might not seem like a big thing because girls smile at guys all the time, but if someone smiles at you, that means that they're open, okay? It doesn't have to mean anything like seductive, like, oh, I want you now, you know. You don't need those kind of heavy signals. Look for the light ones. Smile's always good, eye contact's always good. And if this guy gets this girl to orientate her body towards him, I'm sure that he can probably do a fairly good job at getting her. Alrighty. Last picture up. Okay, now here we got pretty big difference between these two women. This girl is obviously interested in the guy. This girl is not. How do I know that? Body language. They're both leaning towards him, but this girl's very guarded. Look, see how she's got her hand up like that? Okay, that's like a little shield. Okay, if we can draw that in there, that she's barricading herself in from this guy. Okay, she's not smiling. She's looking at him, but she's looking at him in a very kind of guarded way, like she doesn't like him. This girl, however, over here, is very obvious. She's smiling, she's making good eye contact, and look at the way her wrist is. Okay, she's doing this open wrist type thing. Girls will often do this, and I don't know quite why, but it has something to do with the fact that the wrists are very kind of fragile things, like they're kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Exposed in a way. Vulnerable, that's the word, vulnerable. The wrists are kind of like a vulnerable part of the body. And when a woman exposes her wrist to you like that, she's kind of opening up. She's kind of saying, like, she's exposing a vulnerable part of her body towards you. And it's a very subtle thing that a lot of guys miss, but if you see that, guys, that means the girl is heavily into you. So that combined with a smile, and if you also notice, she's leaning towards the guy, okay? And I wouldn't doubt that if I were to see under that table, the naughty boy that I am, she would have her legs crossed towards him, and she'd probably be maybe dangling a shoe or whatever, okay? This girl, I bet that she's got her legs clamped together like an Iron Maiden or whatever, cobwebs between the legs, all that good stuff, and she's not going to give this guy anything. She's going to go off and find a guy of her own, but this guy's being smart because he's focusing on this one. Now, if you guys saw my group theory thing, this girl looks like the grade A kind of like bitch. She looks a little bit stronger, so if he's not careful, she's going to drag her away. But as you can see, if he were to act now, he'd probably be able to get a number from her and walk away and call her later when Miss Obstacle here isn't around. Okay, so that's your crash course on body language. I hope these pictures kind of helped out. Visuals are always nice. And so next time you see a girl, don't be afraid to check her out, look and see what signs she's given you, and go for it if the signs are there.